What is up, guys? It's a wildly rainy Thursday here in New York, but honestly, the weather has nothing on the absolute hurricane happening in Port Charles right now. I'm Paul Walker from the GH Spoilers YouTube channel, and today we are breaking down the May 21st spoilers that literally had me screaming at my monitor. We've got Windermere break-ins, paralyzing injections gone wrong, and fake passports. Let's get into it. Oh my god, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even process what I just watched because my brain is short-circuiting from the sheer unadulterated drama of it all. Okay, but listen, I was literally eating my dinner, like just casually having some pasta, and I almost choked to death when I saw what Danny and Charlotte Cassadine are doing. I mean, honestly, what is wrong with these kids? Are they actually out of their minds? They are breaking into Windermere, the creepiest, most dangerous castle in Port Charles, which is currently occupied by Jen Sidwell, who is a literal terrifying mobster, and Ross Cullum, who is a corrupt WSB director. And these teenagers are just like, yeah, let's go sneak around. I'm dead. I am actually deceased. I keep yelling at my screen, Danny, your father is Jason. He is locked up right now in WSB custody. He cannot save you. And Charlotte, she needs to get it together, I swear. She is so vengeful and reckless, and she's dragging Danny right down with her. Wait, before that happened, actually. I forgot to mention earlier, but Rocco Falconeri is literally having a full-blown meltdown, and honestly, I don't blame him. He burst into Britt Westbourne's office at GH, and he was so frantic. Rocco is literally carrying the guilt of shooting Ross Cullum on the pier, and now his friends are walking right into the lion's den. Rocco tried so hard to warn them. He name-dropped Cullum to scare them off, but Danny and Charlotte are just so oblivious. They don't understand the gravity of the situation at all, so Rocco goes to Britt, and Britt is just... she's so exhausted, you guys. She is dealing with Huntington's disease. She is trying to protect Jason's kid. She is trying to protect Dante's kid. And now this, I was like, are you serious right now? Give Britt a break. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen because Britt makes a choice that is so unhinged, but honestly iconic. Britt realizes that the only way to protect these kids from Ross Cullum is to literally throw Cullum to the wolves. She decides she is going to tell Jen Sidwell that Cullum is the one who killed Marco Rios. I can't breathe. If Sidwell finds out Cullum killed Marco, Sidwell is going to absolutely destroy him. Britt is basically setting up a mob hit to protect some teenagers, and it is so dark but so brilliant. I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly. Mark my words. You cannot just play God with Jen Sidwell and expect to walk away clean. But Britt is desperate, and desperation makes people do insane things. She just wants to wipe Cullum off the map so everyone can breathe again. Okay, where was I? Right, so back to Windermere. Danny and Charlotte are sneaking around the castle, probably looking for clues or whatever, and then bam. Ross Cullum catches them. My jaw dropped. The preview video shows Cullum looking so menacing, and he just barks at them, move, now. And you can literally see the terror in their eyes. Cullum is not someone you mess with. He is already suspicious of Danny. He knows Jason falsely confessed to the shooting to protect someone. And now, Danny is trespassing on his turf. The audacity of these kids to think they could outsmart a WSB director. I am seriously so stressed about this. And to make matters worse, which is insane by the way, Ava Jerome and Jen Sidwell are at the castle too. They get a massive surprise when they realize there are intruders. Imagine Ava's face. She's already dealing with so much stress. Ethan Lovett just dragged her to Sunny's SUV recently. She's trying to help Alexis, and now she has to deal with trespassing teenagers in her old castle. Sidwell is going to be furious. And if Cullum drags Danny and Charlotte in front of Sidwell, I literally do not know how they're going to survive this. But let's pivot because we have to talk about the absolute circus happening at Willow Kane's house. I seriously cannot even deal right now. So Jack Brennan is lying on the floor, temporarily paralyzed because Nina Reeves accidentally stabbed him with Drew Kane's medication. I still can't get over that. Nina is literally the clumsiest criminal in Port Charles history. So Willow is talking to Nina, and Willow is actually stepping up and taking control of her own future, which is kind of a slay, honestly. Willow realizes that Brennan is useless to her now. He's locked in. He can't communicate. He can't provide any leverage against Drew. And Willow still desperately needs dirt on Drew to keep him quiet about everything. So Willow tells Nina, look, I'm going to have to gain the upper hand on my own. I love this for her, but also she is in way over her head. She is dealing with Jens Sidwell, who literally summoned her and told her that Drew needs to stay paralyzed or end up dead. Willow is backed into a corner. But the craziest part, Nina decides to help Willow by giving Brennan another dose of the paralytic, because obviously they can't have a WSB field office boss waking up and arresting them all. But when Nina goes to give him the shot, Brennan moves. Oh my god. I literally jumped out of my chair. Brennan catches Nina completely off guard. He is fighting through the paralysis. I mean, Drew's medicine was meant for Drew. Maybe it doesn't work the same on Brennan, or maybe Brennan is just built different because he's a highly trained agent. Either way, Nina is standing there with a needle and Brennan twitches or grabs her or something. And I am screaming. If Brennan wakes up fully, Nina and Valentine and Willow are all going to federal prison. It is so dramatic. I have no idea how they're going to cover this up. They have a drugged federal agent in their living room, and Drew is literally in the next room listening to all of this. It's wild. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about Giovanni Palmieri and Dante Falconeri at the police station. Gio is such a good guy, honestly. He comes to Dante and he is so worried about Rocco. He tells Dante that Rocco came to him looking for help and was a total emotional wreck. Rocco didn't actually spill the details about shooting Cullum or the Windermere break-in to Gio in the end. But Dante is a detective. Dante puts two and two together. Dante knows Rocco is carrying the guilt of pulling that trigger on the pier. And Dante knows Rocco has been acting erratic. So Dante is listening to Gio, and you can see the wheels turning in his head. Dante's going to realize that Rocco's guilt is a driving factor here. I am so scared that Dante is going to find out about the Windermere break-in, and if he does, he is going to lose his mind. Dante is already taking massive risks by destroying evidence to protect Rocco. And now Rocco is indirectly involved in this Windermere mess, because he knows Danny and Charlotte are there. And Detective Joe Fitzpatrick is lurking around too. If Joe finds out what Dante is hiding, Dante's career is over. He'll go to prison. It's literally a ticking time bomb, and I am sweating just thinking about it. And don't even get me started on Spencer Lulu is literally at her breaking point. She is so terrified for Rocco that she is actually considering fleeing Port Charles. She tells Ethan Lovett that she might have to leave town with Rocco and just stay gone. I was like, Lulu, no. Running away never works on a soap opera, but she is so desperate, and Ethan, bless his heart, is totally on board. Ethan tells her he will do everything in his power to support her. He makes a literal vow to her. Ethan probably still has all his shady connections from his con artist days. So Lulu's probably going to ask him for fake passports. Can you imagine Lulu and Rocco living under assumed names in South America or something? It is so unhinged. But also, Ethan is Sonny's new bodyguard now, and he's hiding his own secrets about Delilah Wilson and baby Phoebe. If Ethan helps Lulu escape, Dante is going to absolutely murder him. The custody battle, the kidnapping charges, Lulu is not thinking clearly at all. But as a viewer, I am eating it up. Maximum drama, please. Okay, let me catch my breath. Let's talk about Alexis Davis and Ava Jerome. This is such a weird but iconic team up. Alexis is trying to help Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quartermain adopt baby Phoebe. So she needs to eliminate any family contenders. She compares notes with Laura Collins first, probably about the whole Anna Devane maximum security situation, which I'll get to in a second, and then Alexis turns to Ava for help. Alexis asks Ava to look into the list of art galleries that were found in Delilah Wilson's luggage. Ava is literally an art dealer, so she has all the connections. But the irony here is just delicious. Ava and Alexis are digging into Delilah's past, completely unaware that Ethan Lovett, who Ava hates and who just kidnapped her for, Sonny is secretly connected to Delilah. Ethan burned Delilah's photo. He knows something about Phoebe. When Ava and Alexis inevitably stumble onto Ethan's secret, it is going to be explosive. I love when storylines collide like this. It is literally my favorite thing. I am so invested in this adoption plotline because Brooklyn is carrying so much guilt over the Isaiah crash, and Chase is being pushed toward Willow by Michael, so they need a win. Finally, we have to talk about Carly and Valentine Cassadine. I am so obsessed with this chaotic duo. They are currently hiding out, dealing with the Brennan mess, but Valentine has his mind on something else. Valentine wants to travel to France to help Anna Devane escape. If you remember, Anna escaped her clinic, hijacked the car, got caught, and is now being transferred to a maximum security facility. Valentine is still so in love with her, he can't stand the thought of her being treated like a criminal. But Carly is having absolutely none of it. Carly is literally screaming at him trying to stop him from making the biggest mistake of his life. Carly spells it out for him. Valentin, if you are already harboring a paralyzed federal agent, you have a target on your back from Cullum, and your daughter is currently breaking into Windermere. You cannot go to France. It is a massive, heated argument. Carly is the voice of reason here, which is honestly terrifying because Carly is usually the reckless one. But she is right. If Valentine leaves for France now, everything in Port Charles is going to collapse. I swear I have never been so stressed watching this show. Every single character is making the worst possible decisions, and I am here for it. Let's circle back to Jocelyn for a second. I know she's not the main focus today, but she's still locked in those catacombs while all this is happening. Cassius is holding her hostage. And Valentine doesn't even know yet. If Valentine goes to France, who is going to save Jocelyn? Carly thinks Brennan sent Jocelyn away, but Brennan is currently twitching on Willow's floor. The miscommunication is literally going to get someone killed. I am calling it right now. The Windermere break-in is going to result in a massive shootout. Ross Cullum is too dangerous, and Britt's plan to tell Sidwell about Marco Rios is going to backfire spectacularly. Sidwell is going to find out that Britt was manipulating him, and Britt is going to end up in the crossfire. And as for Willow and Nina, they are going to have to tie Brennan up or something, because if he regains his motor functions, he's going to arrest them all. And Drew is just listening to all of this from the bedroom. Drew is going to use this against Willow the second he can. Honestly, I need a nap after processing all of this. The writers are literally feeding us so well right now. I can't wait to see how this all plays out tomorrow. Will Danny and Charlotte escape Cullum? Will Lulu actually get fake passports? Will Brennan fully wake up? My brain is buzzing. I'm going to go rewatch the preview video for the 100th time. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I will see you in the comments.